2017. My name is Ted. I'm with you and with a lot more people. We're doing this tonight. We're talking sports from tennis to handball to football. A lot will be happening in the world of football tomorrow. In fact, you'll be the one to call to tell me which teams you are anticipating tomorrow because some big games have been expected. But first of all, let me go to a story that we think we condemn just Lagosians and Nigerians. When big events are taking place, roads are blocked and some people are prevented from having access to the roads that their taxpayers' money actually paid for. Of course, it happened yesterday in the U.S. when Serena Williams wedded a long-term boyfriend who they have a child together. It was a very big event. A-list actresses and actors and sportsmen like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Eva Longoria, of course you know her, were all there. Caroline Wozniacki, the tennis player, Kelly Rowland, Ciara, Lala, Anthony, Vogue, the editor, Winter. Of course, big names were there at the wedding to celebrate with the family, having had a baby a few months ago. She's expected to return to Australia Open in January when she gets fit again. We're waiting to see how fit she will return. We're happy that they married eventually, and congratulations to her from the stadium here. Still talking tennis, Angelique Kerber has appointed a new coach. Of course, she has had a very, very bad season this year. She has appointed a new coach, Wim Fizet. The very massive experienced coach who has coached players such as Kim Clijsters, Victoria Azarenka, Simona Halep, Johanna Konta, of course you know them. These are big names in tennis. And as it stands now, Kerber has him. They are going to work together to make sure that her career is revived as she looks towards 2018 to return. Those are just some of the breaking headlines. But of course, Cristiano Ronaldo is planning to have 7 children. He has a right to his CR7 image, so he wants to have 7 children to rhyme with his image. We'll talk about that as progress in the sports. In the stadium with me, I have a guest, and I'm going to raise some very interesting questions to him. First of all, let's welcome our big brother and our uncle. As usual, the familiar face, a family member, Uncle Aminu Ibrahim.
Thank you, Ted.
Welcome,
it's my pleasure to be here once more.
Has been your Friday. You are dressed very spiritual.
Yeah.
I hope you prayed for Nigeria when you went to pray.
Yes, sure.
That's good. We need that a lot.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, we said we were going to talk a lot more about handball on one of the programs. We're still going to do that, but I have a curious question today I want to raise. Going through the names of handball teams in Nigeria, both male and female, I find these names: Mega United of Mina, FRC Safety Shooters, Jos Wipers, Kano Pyramids, Owena Kings, Borno Spiders, Nigerian Army COS Shooters, Yobe Desert Stars, Kada Stars of Kaduna, Nigerian Prison Service T-Boys, NSCD Defenders, Rima Strikers of Sokoto, Sea Tigers of Lagos. Those are the main. In the female category, you have FRC Safety Babes, Imo Grasshoppers, Abia Violets, Borno Faro, Owena Queens of Ondo, Dynamos of Edo, Katsina Desert Queens, Lagos Seasiders, Bemshima Babes of Benue, NSC Defenders Babes, Teen City Babes of Jos, Kaduna Queens of... A lot of names, but I saw something common, and which is a concern to me, maybe to other Nigerians. It seems most of these teams are owned by government parastatals or agencies. I never saw Aminu Babes Sharpshooters of Kara. I never saw any private name like that. It appears to me that they are all government-owned teams, maybe with the exception of maybe very, very few. Is this the situation in handball in Nigeria? Ownership?
Yes, all the teams are owned by government. There is no club side that is owned by individual.
Is there a law against that?
No, there's no law. But because handball has gone down, it's not as popular as it used to be. So everybody is running to football, to sponsor football, like basketball now.
Yes.
Basketball, because of the sponsors.
Yes.
You can see that they have different clubs. Yes, owned by individuals.
Yes.
So that is the problem in handball. The game has gone down, and the person that was the president was not doing very well.
Okay, of the federation.
The immediate past president was not doing very well.
Is there a new president now?
Yes. The former president was Dauda Yusuf from Niger.
Okay. And
for the 8 years that he has been there, he has not looked for even one single sponsor. So not to talk of bringing back the game for people to be interested. And
did corporate bodies not submit bids for sponsorship? Or you have to go out there to market to source them before they come?
Yes, you have to go and source. The last time handball had sponsors was Malta Guinness. And that was like in, I think, 2000 and 2002, 2003, 2004.
That's a long time ago. Some players that
yes,
retired.
And it's because of this corruption thing that they left. What is due for the players?
The sponsors left.
Yes, because what is due for the players was not given to the players. You don't expect players to come for a tournament and the sponsor will give cash prizes and the money will not be given to them.
Was anybody held accountable for this?
Nobody was held accountable for it. So because there was nobody that was held accountable for it, they decided to leave. Because there was no accountability, no transparency. When the money comes, they will just do their sharing formula and then it's gone. And these sponsors wanted to see, just like the basketball league that ended.
Yes.
I think the first team went home with 45 million.
Yes.
Which everybody knows. So it didn't happen like that in handball. And since after that time, there was no any sponsor that comes to sponsor any tournament. Rather, it was the mega veterans that reawakened handball. After so many years, there was no competition. Like the former president, he stayed first 4 years.
The mega veterans.
Yes.
Like you guys reorganized.
Yes.
Your money from your own coffers.
Yes. The ex-international handball players, the mega veterans, hosted a tournament here in Abuja.
Yes.
In 3 years ago.
Okay.
They sponsored about 460 something, about 63 players and officials from all over Nigeria. I don't think in the recent time there was a tournament that has that turnout.
Yes.
Because the mega veterans gave free accommodation, free feeding, even gave fuel subsidy for teams. So everybody was here. It was a fiesta.
So are you not sure that some of the veterans had access to some government money somewhere?
No. It's the passion. It's the passion. Because if you look at them, everybody in his own individual ways contributed. It's not as if somebody was picking money from government.
As it stands now, let's not just look at what has been happening. You said the former president. We have a current president now of the Handball Federation.
Mr. Sam Ucheho, yes.
Sam Ucheho.
Yes.
What is the state of things now? It's been long. Last time on the show you said or recently there was a little competition here, even here in Abuja in handball. And what is the state of things now in handball in Nigeria?
Yes, actually with the...
First of all, do we have a league?
We used to have a league, but for now there's no league. There's no league.
As a result of the absence of sponsors?
Yes, as a result of absence of sponsors, there's no league.
But is handball not included in the budget, in sports budget annually?
There is. There is budget. For every sport, not even handball alone.
Is the budget not supposed to cover handball league for a season at least?
It's supposed to cover, but the money are not used the way it's supposed to be used. Some people are just siphoning the money. Because you can't tell me that sports will be given a huge amount of budget and then at the end of the day, there's nothing that will go to. Yes. When the money comes in from the ministry, they will tell you the ministers claim 50 million, they will pay him. This one's claim, that one claim. At the end of the day, you will see the associate federations getting 200,000. So for an association that has more than 10 teams to take care of, and you're giving them 200,000, what will it do for them?
That's unfortunate. Okay, you are trying to make a point that there's some kind of restructuring now with the current president.
Yeah, there's some kind of restructuring because
is he looking into the past, the errors of the past, or he wants to dump that and move forward?
Yes, he has already dumped that and he's moving forward because the national team should be to go for Nations Cup in Gabon January next year by the grace of God.
Have we qualified already?
Yes, we've qualified.
How do we execute the qualifiers?
Yeah,
because we're supposed to have played against teams from other countries and other zones to qualify to go there
for the Nations Cup.
The Nations Cup.
Yes, sure. If you are in the last Nations Cup and you are not relegated,
yes,
automatically you've qualified for the Nations Cup.
Okay.
Yes, and if you go to the Nations Cup the way it is in handball,
yes,
and you are relegated,
yes,
then you have to start from B. Okay. We have Championship B and Championship A. Championship A is the Nations Cup.
Yes.
So Championship B is when you are relegated, or if you don't go to the Nations Cup, then you will be relegated.
Then you have to join Championship B.
Yes, to qualify back to Nations Cup.
So we're going to Congo next year.
Not Congo, Gabon.
Gabon, okay,
yes,
okay.
Yes, the Nations Cup is in Gabon.
I said they are neighbors.
Yes, they are neighbors. You are right. So the new president has put some structures in place.
Okay.
The players were in camp for 1 month.
Okay.
Before they break the camp, and they are going back to the second phase by, I think, by next weekend.
Okay.
So they will resume the camp until after the competition. But he's still sourcing for sponsors. So please, we are really appealing to corporate bodies to come and support handball to bring back the game. We, in our little way, we are also trying to see how we can assist him, because he can't do it alone.
Sure.
Since the money is not coming from the ministry, anytime they go to the ministry, is one story or another.
Do we have players? Can we still find players within the country who represent us, or do we have players playing internationally as it is now? I think there was a time we used to have players in Spain and in Tunisia and in Egypt playing handball.
Very well.
For now, I don't know the status of our players internationally, and since the league is not active in Nigeria,
yes.
how do we bring in these players to represent us at the Nations Cup?
Yes, we have some few professional players that are playing in Israel.
Okay.
One is playing in Qatar.
Okay. And
then the local players here. And there are some, I think 2 or 3 that are playing in Gabon.
How are the local players here finding it? I mean, without a league, without competition, you play just train against yourselves and all that, or what?
That is the problem we're facing, and that is why when we go for major championship, you see our players, they are much rusty. Because there's no competition to keep them test their abilities. Just recently, the FCT put themselves together, the Handball Association of FCT. They started league locally, home and away. They go to Suleja and play. They go to Civil Defense and play. They go to Old Parade Ground and play. And it's really keeping the players busy. And those players, I think, for now, they are, if not the professionals that are playing outside, they will be the most current players that are informed.
That will represent us.
Yes, because they are playing league week in, week out. But locally in FCT, not national, because it's being sponsored by individuals.
Yes. For the championship, how many players are we looking at taking there? I mean, taking how many players there for the championship? How many players are we going to register for the championship?
You are allowed to register 20 players.
20?
Yes.
Can we confidently boast that we'll raise 20 players to go for the championship?
For the Nations Cup?
Yes.
Yeah, the first phase of the camp, we have like 30 players.
Okay.
Very good young players. Okay. And the coach is doing very well. Michael Tanga is trying his best. And coupled with the cooperation of the board members and also the new president, I believe they are doing very well. And by the grace of God, they will do better in Gabon.
It appears to me that we've been talking about male handball generally. What is happening to our female counterparts in Nigerian handball?
Well, it's just like what you said. If there's no competition, there's no encouragement. So, you know, men, you can really get men very easily. You can go to basketball, convert men to come and play. You can go to, but female, you have to, you know, begin to grow, nurture them and everything. So because we don't have that grassroots program anymore, those days we used to have, when you go to Borno Spiders, Borno top line Sparrows, you can get 20 players.
Yes.
Kocholu of blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace. He used to bring the best female players in Nigeria from under 12, under 15, under 18. The same thing with Imo, and that is why Imo Grasshoppers, Coach Ferdinand is doing very well. But all these things now, they are no longer there. Because even when you train the players from January to December, there's no tournament for them.
For them to participate.
So how will they stay?
It's an unfortunate situation. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is the stadium. My name is Ted. With me in the studio here is one of the biggest international experts so far in the game of handball, Uncle Aminu Ibrahim. He's always here to talk passionately about grassroots sports, not just handball, but sports generally in Nigeria. He's talking about the fact that handball in Nigeria is dying. His veterans and retired internationals like him who have put themselves together, try to revive handball. And we're going for a Nations Cup next year in January. Of course, if there's someone out there who is in position to make this happen for Nigeria to be proud again, the person should try and do the right thing, or we hold you to account. If monies are made available for these competitions and you sit on the money, well, you will just gum yourself there without being able to stand. Okay, Ibrahim, let me ask you again. We're speaking about players. How many handball coaches, certified handball coaches, do we have in Nigeria? Like, I mean, do we have a reasonable number? Do we have certified? You have called a couple of names here, yes. But most of the names you called are from some of the old generations that are still passionate about the game. Do we have coaches now who are still there, and are they grooming replacements for them?
Yes, we have very good coaches in Nigeria.
Okay.
That are very satisfied coaches.
Okay.
Like the coach that is handling the national team, Michael Tanga.
Yes.
He's a very good coach.
Okay.
We have Solomon Yola, a young coach that is coming up.
Okay.
We have my elder brother, another boy Ibrahim, that is coaching Plateau.
Yes.
We have Ayo Joshua. Yes. We have a lot of them, just to mention a few.
Okay.
So, and young coaches are really coming up. Like we have one, Emeka in Zaria, is an army officer.
Okay.
And he's the person that is doing grassroots now. When you go to Zaria Depot, you see under 12, under 15.
On his own, or supported by the army?
On his own, because they are too young to be supported by the army. Oh. And also here we have Tokbe Akande, who is a road safety officer.
Yes.
He picks boys and girls from Lugbe and other places. He goes to school to get those players. And then on Saturday in the morning when you come to the stadium, you see him training under 12, under 15, which is very good. Those are young coaches that are really aspiring to, work on the grassroots aspect.
Maybe we should think of revitalizing the school program around, starting from within here into schools, starting handball again like it used to be. I know many schools operate only in one building. Some is just one room.
Yeah.
One class will enter and go out. Atlanta, another class will come in later.
That's true. You're right.
So we have to identify at least public schools, some private schools as well have training facilities. Maybe that's the way to start to revive handball. I'm just thinking that in that direction.
Yes, you are right.
If the veterans could think of something like that.
Yes, the veterans have been working towards that, and that is why they support Tokbe Akande with, finances, balls, equipment, and scholarships. Like the Mega veterans, they give scholarship to young men and women, to encourage them to come and play handball.
Okay. All right, to join us on the conversation, you call the number 081 89 99 1011. Somebody is here on the line already. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stadium.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
My name is Ted from the stadium. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Huh?
This program is called The Stadium. We're discussing sports on Human Rights Radio. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Abdullah Salam. I'm calling from Dogola, sir.
Okay, make your contribution, please.
Okay, sir. I have a serious problem that I'll be coming to your office. I cannot be able to see my honorary president, sir.
Okay, Mohammed, you know what? Hello, hold on. You know what to do?
Okay, sir.
Please call this number again tomorrow during the Break at the Family program from 7. Call from 7.
I call it 3 weeks. I cannot reach.
Of course, over 1 million people try to call this number at the same time. So it's not as if you are being ignored, but try your luck and you may just be lucky. We're just discussing sports now. So any contribution you have to make has to be about sports. Try this number again, okay, tomorrow. Or listen to the program from 7:30 a.m. He'll give other numbers for Nigerians to call. Any number that he says is for Nigeria, try it immediately. And then try again. You might just get through to the ordinary president. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you. Do have a lovely evening.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
Yes, thank you. 081-8999-1011. We're discussing handball. Okay, so what about referees, Okwaminu? Nigerian referees in handball going into the Nations Cup by next year. Are we sure of having our referees there participate in the Nations Cup? Unlike in football, games like football where sometimes we just at the end of the tournament, even CAF Champions League, even Nations Cup, we find out that we don't have sufficient representation. Somebody's here on the line, so let's pick this. Hello, good evening. Good evening, welcome to the stadium.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Yeah, you've been so supportive and supporting me. I know you know me from my voice. I don't want to mention my name first.
We need to mention your name.
You have to mention
for the
your
sake
name.
of the record.
Is Coach Tony Asuko, gymnastics.
Okay,
Coach
yeah, Coach. Yeah.
Coach Tony, we are proud to have you on the stadium. Where were you hiding, sir?
Anyway, I've not been feeling too well, and at the same time, now I'm okay, but I'm preparing the gymnast for the competition coming up for 1st and 2nd in December.
Okay.
And right now we have over 500 gymnasts registered.
Wow.
And we have gymnasts from Kaduna, Bauchi, Jos, we have from Lagos and so many other schools.
Okay.
But I opened it to public schools at this time so that we can get more people, like I promised to do.
Okay.
I got some children from Gishiri, some from this village close to the stadium.
Wow.
I've forgotten the name, but 2 villages there. I got some in Galadimawa.
Wow.
And I don't know, but I just opened it up for as much children that can turn in so that they can have the same opportunity to, come train with us at the stadium.
Okay.
From there they can represent our country.
Yes. You mean gymnastics?
Yeah, in gymnastics.
In what categories specifically?
I'm opening it for from 4 years old to 15 years old.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we already have 4-year-old that can perform, and we had a 5-year-old girl that won bronze medal in South Africa.
Okay.
So I believe we should do like the Chinese people, just like what you're talking about.
Catch them young.
Now.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll catch them young at this age, so that when they are 10, 12, 13, they can start facing the All-African Games and so many other big championships.
Sure.
Like the girl that competed with Oshinaike.
Yes.
The girl was just 12 years old.
Okay.
And Funke Oshinaike, she's getting to her 40s at this time, so we should have a replacement. So, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
Oga Aminu can tell, and I see the volleyballers every Saturday at the stadium, every Saturday, and he's always present.
Yes.
As I say, I must call him to talk to him. And he's been so supportive, and also Mr. Alassane Yakmout.
Yes.
Yeah, I miss him so much because he wasn't supposed to be out of sports.
Yes.
He came and purified sports for us. And then he even brought us kids. We don't have kids in Nigeria, I must tell you.
Yes.
If they tell you we have a big championship today, we only go and buy.
Yes.
So, and we have the Abba there that, could make something for us.
Yes.
For the first time, we went for the All-African Games, chartered flights. There was no problem. The tickets were paid for.
Wow.
Athletes got the allowance. They even give them ATM. That's to tell you somebody that is high, like very, very educated and knows about sports. He knows all secretaries in Nigeria. Without you mention the sports.
Coach Tony, I will assure you that anybody will identify like that on the stadium, we will bring the person to the stadium here to discuss with us, because here we will speak the truth as it is. In sports and in every presentation you hear from this radio station, we stand for the truth. We'll bring people like that we hear that side of the story as well.
Yeah, so I'm supporting the initiative of the volleyball right now, because I go to the northern areas. We have all these tall people, they call them Dogo. Look at the people, bring them down to the national stadium, let them come and train. Before you know it, all these boys that you see, all the Fulani boys, just try and Ogamino can tell. Look at the Fulani children that play long tennis. Yes. They're doing very well.
We have many other sports. We need to go to the Niger Delta to bring divers. We need to go to Jos to bring long distance runners as well.
No, that was I felt very bad when Mr. Alassane Yakmout was transferred, because he supported us. Mr. Aminu Siket there was the one that gave us the money to buy tickets for some children who went to represent Nigeria. Yes. But the parents couldn't afford it. So for the first time in their life, they entered plane, they represented the country, they came back. He would have done more, but before then he was taken out, so I felt bad.
That's what we look for from well-meaning Nigerians, not people who sit on monies that are meant for sports and youth development and say they are developing us.
I'm telling you, because he knows about sports. How come somebody, the only light we have at the National Stadium today is what he erected, that's the solar system. If a guy who cannot say it, I must say it, I must tell the truth.
Coach Tony, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Let me
allow other people to go for now.
All right then, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Yes. Yeah, bye, sir.
Bye. That is Coach Tony there, Ogaminu. Very, very, very vehement about his views.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't hear the program we had the other time that we were talking about the solar light.
Yes.
The way the stadium was very beautiful. Now it has turned to forest.
A criminal den.
Yes, criminal den where they hide and then operate on these roads, under the bridge and everywhere. And it was not like this. So, Coach Tony, thank you very much for your contribution. We really appreciate it. And we will try to identify those gymnasts and send to you. Even my daughter last week when they went for that school program, she was telling me that she wants to go and do gymnastics. I said, Coach Tony is a brother and I will take you there. Okay. Thank you if you're listening.
Right, so if you have a child out there who wants sports, don't force him or her to go and read law or be a communicator, a media person like me. No. Allow him or her to go for what he or she wants to do. This is the Stadium on Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, I'll be going straight into the game of football, just to give you a list of matches that are taking place tomorrow. But we'll start with some comments that came from very high authorities about the exact location of Argentina. I don't know whether it's in South Africa, it's in West Africa, or somewhere, but we're not blaming individuals. We're looking at the whole media setup of some offices that are very sensitive offices in this country. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It's still the Stadium of Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. Here we redefine broadcasting. We are redefining sports broadcasting. My name is Ted, and with me in the studio, in the stadium, 1.1 million capacity stadium, is our senior brother, Aminu Ibrahim, our international veteran. Thanks for staying with us. And before we went on the break, there has been this video that's gone viral online about our Minister of Sports and Youth Development making reference to the game between Nigeria and Argentina. Out of celebration, of course, he tried to paint a picture that Argentina is would have been a tough team for Nigeria. Not in his exact words, would have been a tough team for Nigeria to defeat. Trying to congratulate Nigeria. I think that's where he was coming from. But he wrongly ascribed Argentina to a wrong region of the world. I'm not looking at that video in itself as it is viral now. A lot of people will see it online. On my own personal timeline, I'm having a conversation. There were so many sport legends who were talking about it. I'm looking at the media management of high-profile government persons. They have these massive media teams and publicity teams that sometimes they select or are selected for them to manage their image. Should they have done something better to handle that kind of situation for the Honorable Minister?
Yes. This is a lapses from the media group, SA Media, or whoever is in charge.
Yes.
Because this is not the first time the minister has been making wrong comments.
Yes.
He has done it more than 10 times. You can check, and then one after the other, you'll be seeing them. And it's
okay, Brian, somebody is here. Let's hear his thoughts. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, can you hear me? Good evening. Welcome to the stadium.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Ted. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Val.
Val, okay, welcome to the stadium.
Okay, sir. How is today, sir?
Today is very fine. Are you going to play handball for us in Gabon next year? Or are you sticking to your football matches for tomorrow?
I didn't even know. Tomorrow I will be very, very busy. I'm not even going to have time tomorrow. But I just called to be part of the program of today.
Oh, sure. You are a committed, respected member of the family, the stadium family. We appreciate you, Val.
Yes, just my little contribution is that in a way Nigeria is excited on football and the committed Nigeria is getting more.
Yes.
How Nigeria is getting more on football, I want to advise NFF to begin to work on our local league. That is my contribution on in this evening.
All right, Val, thank you so much. He's also talking about grassroots development. But anyway, before the call came in, we were talking about media management for high-profile persons in that category. Sometimes, a lot of high-profile government persons, I would say, have made some declarations that they shouldn't. Maybe a private person will be a lot more careful because you don't have any immunity or you don't have any protection. But then, like this current one is quite a little embarrassment on the aspect of the media and publicity team of the minister. Should they have not found a way to make sure that that video or that interview was not publicized?
Yeah, that is their duty, but they are not doing what they are supposed to do. This is not the first time. It has been happening and then it has continued. So the media team are not doing their work as far as I'm concerned.
And it paints us in a bad image out there. It's not just him. It's all of us as Nigerians out there. If you go out there to say things and you say things that are not right, and you are actually speaking on behalf of the country, it's the entire country that's placed in that wrong picture, not just you as Aminu Ibrahim. It's a difficult thing and it's a tough thing, but we'll see how it develops. I'm hoping that before the tenure runs out, we'll see some better performance from that part of our sports.
We hope so. Yeah. We hope so, because it can't be going on like this. And every time is a particular minister that will be on social media and
for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reason.
Yes.
It's not really speaking well for this administration.
All right, let's talk football. Many of you have been waiting for that. Esusaya told me that tomorrow Tottenham will beat Arsenal 5-1. I'm very sure one Arsenal fan out there will not like it. But that's one of the key fixtures for tomorrow afternoon, lunchtime kickoff. Tottenham going away to Arsenal. There are a lot of injury worries for both teams. But, of course, good news as well as many of the players are injured, are expected to return to action tomorrow. Ogamino, you like football, but you're not a supporter of any particular team. These are two teams in North London that will be locking horns tomorrow.
London Derby.
Yeah. Tottenham has been playing beautifully well in the season. Last season they displaced the official order of top 4. They got in there. Yeah. This season they are there, and the coach is doing very good with that team. Arsene Wenger has been struggling to manage Arsenal, to catch Arsenal the way he used to be. It's not been very fine for him. And today they are facing a Tottenham that even defeated Real Madrid at Wembley.
Yeah.
as a football enthusiast as well, do you see any problem for Arsenal tomorrow?
Well, actually, with the performance that Tottenham is putting, I'm afraid that they're going to beat Arsenal.
It's on me.
You see the game they played against Real Madrid, they're really committed, and then they are hungry to, win.
Yes.
And that is the same spirit they will put against Arsenal tomorrow.
Okay. One other game that we'll have as well on Saturday tomorrow is Manchester United welcoming Newcastle United. And we have somebody here on the line who wants to disagree. Maybe somebody thinks Arsenal will win. Hello, good evening and welcome to the stadium.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Ted. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah.
Good evening. I can hear you. Yes, make your contribution. This is the stadium. Okay.
Arsenal might have tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
And I don't think Arsenal will to.
Seriously, you're a very honest fan.
They don't have a team at all.
Wow.
They don't have a team. They cannot stand Tottenham.
Wow. We'll wait to see that tomorrow. I will hope you call us in the evening during the program from 6 o'clock to give us your feedback after the match.
I will.
Definitely. Thank you so much for contributing. Yes. Manchester United is set to welcome back 3 of their long-term injury worries: Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Paul Pogba, and Marcus Rojo. They will be coming back tomorrow. According to Jose Mourinho, he intends to field them, whether it's full-time or just give them some playing time. These guys have been injured with varying degrees of injuries, out for a long time. And I welcome Newcastle United that at some point were 5th on the table, now they have dropped, but they have a tactician in Rafa Benitez who understands how to go to play at the big teams. Are you seeing some trouble for Manchester United tomorrow from Newcastle, who are visiting? Each time they visit Old Trafford, they try to look for trouble. Even the days of Sir Alex Ferguson. Even if they can't win, they give you trouble until they lose or they go away with a draw. You see some tough match there tomorrow for Manchester United.
Yeah, that is why Mourinho is so excited that he has to field in those 3 players that are injured.
Yes.
They are coming back from injury.
Yes.
Because he knows that the game is not going to be easy for him.
Yes.
Because Newcastle still are always giving Manchester United problems.
Trouble, yes.
Yes, in Old Trafford. So I believe he wants to have the best of his team so that he will be able to, accomplish his winning.
He's trying to catch up with Manchester City on top of the table.
Yes.
But anyway, tomorrow evening by 6 o'clock, we'll be here on the stadium. We hope probably Ogamini will be here. We'll be discussing some other sports in Nigeria. Maybe D1 will be here and Buchi will be here. Might be here. I'm not sure yet. We'll discuss all the sports around and to see what we can bring for you from the results that will take place tomorrow and some big games that will be taking place on Sunday as well. For all of you who contributed to this program by calling out there, for those who attempted to call and it didn't get through, and to everyone who made it possible, from Brownie, Desmond the Simulcast, and the Blessed on the server, Ogamino want to say thank you for always honoring our invitation.
Thank you for the opportunity.
My name is Ted. Until tomorrow, sports fans, good night.